Welcome to our final feature match of week two here, Final Fantasy League. We have a matchup of fairly new players. We have Zach Z over here, who is brand new to our server, first league, up against Daniel L, and it's his second league. So they're both very new to our server. Should be a pretty even matchup. They're both at 4-5, so they should have a bit of a power boost to their decks, and should be hopefully an even matchup. What's going on in Daniel's hand over there?
So I quite like his hand. He's got two ice magic. He has a Swallowed by Leviathan, and Ilmeg Pixie. He has a Jill Shiva's Dominant, which is a great card this set. And he has a Resentful Revelation, so seems like he might be three colors. But he doesn't have another land. Okay, you
Yeah,
just top it.
I was about to say I was listening intently. I did not hear land cards.
Yeah, he got his third land there.
Yeah, so we got a Tranquil Cove in hand here. We've got a which indicates he's gone into Tarkir path. I would think. He's got a Dragoon. I guess those are an Ether Drift too. So maybe not.
And Foundation.
Oh right. Yep. Of course. Dragons. He has the Wyvern in hand. He's got Fate of the Suncrest, so he can destroy a problematic permanent at some point. He's got Crystals Chosen for when he gets to 7, if he does. This Zach Fair has been just such a good one drop. I've found.
Yeah,
It
I
just
mean,
does
like,
so much. It's just like the best version of this we may have ever seen or close to.
yeah, like one mana, it really plays in that same space as like those Dauntless bodyguards or selfless saviors. But the fact that it can like move an equipment, it moves a counter as well. Like it's
Yeah.
quite a nice
I mean, you
card.
have to leave a mana up, but it does pay you back for leaving that mana up.
Yeah, especially if you put some like expensive equipment on it, then you can kind of like almost use the combat trick where it's like, oh, they blocked X way, I'll just move the equipment
Right.
over to this
I believe
creature.
that was a pixelated. Was it a Moogle that he
Uh,
flashed up on there? He
couldn't
seems to
tell
enjoy the
you.
Moogles. He has it as both his avatar and pet there. So
So yeah, Daniel top decked the um, Sugar Island Dragon. Looks like he must have been to TDM as well, hoping to find his land drop, and instead he has found a second Resentful Revelation, which he still cannot cast.
yeah, Tarkir Dragonstorm seems to be a popular destination here in our league for pretty obvious reasons, as power level and fixing.
Yeah,
I
interesting.
despite trying to stay away, I'm probably going there next now that I finished my my first pack.
Interesting that Daniel's clear. I mean, he must have been to Tarkir Dragons some amount, but he's not in one of the Tarkir wedges.
Yeah, I mean,
He seems like Grixis.
you only get a couple cards from each pack, right? There's no guarantee you're going to get that three color card that really pushes you to do one thing or another.
Yeah, and it's possible he's not super far into the track for Dragonstorm either.
Yeah, so they're both 4-5, which means if they did the level 1 through 4, they'll have completed one full one and been on level 1 of another. But not everybody has done it that way. You have the power of choice in this league. Could you could just add a bunch of commons before you start upgrading stuff, or you could try and get your upgrades going sooner.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
different strategy.
yeah, I've seen both. I've seen more of the straightforward 1, 2, 3, 4, but I've seen some people just adding commons from a few different sets.
I've seen two and twos as well, like two and one, two and an X to get
Okay.
the upgrades. Like people perceive the second level slot to be pretty nice because you can fix a color and upgrade a slot to uncommon. And depending on what game plan you might want, like a certain set's uncommons might be quite good for you.
Yeah, but we were talking before that can sometimes end up like punishing you if you change and then you get out of that
Yes,
color. Like
swap a
you're
slot of
locking
a
into
color.
colors. Like like I did that, and now I'm just not getting cards that are going to be extraordinarily useful. Um,
Right.
anyways, in Zach's hand, he has some good stuff here. He has Venat. That's the rare white creature that draws cards when you play a legend. He's got a
Yeah.
fat chocobo, which seems to be, I don't know if it's a splash, but green is definitely the third of the three colors. And he's got the Crystals Chosen and Fate of the Suncrist from earlier. Uh, and a Summon Shiva he's just drawn. So he's got quite a bit to do here over the next few turns.
Yeah. Well, he seems like he has a couple 5 drops. I assume one of them is going to eat Swallowed by Leviathan, and especially Daniel would like the Surveil to kind of get some lands going.
Yeah,
It's just ice.
he's interesting.
His past 2 draws were both great cards, both uncastable. He drew a Tella, which is blue-red legend, and a Kuja, which is the black-red legend.
I feel like you could take.
But
I feel like you could take 3 damage in order to get that surveil and counter their spell.
right, yeah, I think you want like you really need the Surveil at this stage in the game, being stuck on 3 with a good chunk of action, but not enough lands to do anything.
So he would have been at 9 facing down the 3/2 flyer, but not the chocobo, and he would have got some surveil in as well. And
Well,
now
he did just
because
top that Wyvern,
now
yeah.
because he wasn't able to get a counter, he just has to play to the board now. He can't hold up a counter anymore because his
Yep.
life is just too low. So just yeah, just fired off the ice magic maybe a little too tentatively. I mean, we saw in the other match that when a removal was used right before the Arden came down. So it's in the same vein of you make a choice and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, this is, it's always rough when you've got such a nice hand like this, but just get stuck on lands because this hand is quite good, but
Yeah,
it's
I mean
unfortunate not.
that's the game of Magic. It happens to us, and we keep coming back for more because it's such a great game. But like we know this happens sometimes, and we still play. So and
Yeah.
there's not really any way that's guaranteed to fix it. You can put things in your deck to try and mitigate it, but it still happens. Uh, yeah, Zach Fair gets sacked, get some extra damage in, and
Yeah, unfortunately, he has drawn a land, but it's Crossroads Village and too little too late.
it's not gonna work that time. So, well, it looks like the 2 fat chocobo is the only green cards.
Oh, okay, interesting.
He is just running like every uh, town that he has that makes white or blue. The payoffs I saw
Oh,
was like the UFO and the draw 4 card.
yeah, and they travel the overworld. So, oh wow. Notably, looking at Daniel's sideboard in his deck, the red is actually a splash.
Okay.
Um, so he's based blue black, and he has like maybe 4 or 5 red cards. Unfortunately, he has opened with a hand that had 2 mountains, and then his second hand had 1 land. So he's unfortunately got to go down to 5 here.
Yeah,
But he's keeping Swamp Island, Swallowed by Leviathan, and a side quest Hunt the Mark.
we've got a just a pretty decent hand here for Zach. He's playing. He's got plains in an island. He's got a Riling Dawnbreaker, which he is probably going to cast the sorcery half of. Yeah, that one. He's got a Venat. He's got 2 stuck in Summoner Sanctum, Combat Tutorial, and a Fat Chocobo, which he doesn't have green for yet. But yes, he has things to do in the meantime, and it sounds like Daniel
Okay.
is lacking things to do.
Yeah. Interesting. He just let this resolve. I mean, he had the Swallowed by Leviathan, but he chose not to cast it. So maybe he's hoping to catch a better spell with it.
Yeah, I mean, again, it could just be me being cautious and not loving the way counterspells play. If I have a counterspell in my hand, unless I'm like in control of the game and can let things resolve. Like if it's turn 3, I'm just countering whatever. It does not matter what the spell is. I'm countering it, especially if I can surveil too and I'm missing a color. Like
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's missing his red, which is a splash.
yeah, and
But
now Zach, sensing that there's a counter, says, "Well, I'm not going to play my Venat. I'll play this Scorpion Sentinel that you can go ahead and counter."
I mean, he.
And now
I
he's
think
faced
he.
with the situation that even if he sees red, he has to bin both
Uh,
anyway.
well, no, it
Oh
doesn't
no, he
quite
doesn't even
work.
work. Yeah, okay.
So I would imagine he thought that
Yeah.
the
Mm.
counterspell would count for the cards in the graveyard, but while it's resolving, it's still on the
Yeah, it's
stack.
still in the stack, so he was able to pay the 2. But I mean, he sensed that maybe there was going to be a Leviathan, so that's why he didn't play the Venat. He said, I don't want that countered.
Yeah.
So now the counter
Uh,
spell had to be played, but it didn't even counter the spell. So yeah,
it's unfortunate that he also been like two not amazing cards, but
oh
just
no,
things.
okay. So he played his planes, then dragged his fat chocobo to be cast, and then well, it didn't get cast. He does have a green blue tap land, which he could have just played this turn, but I think in his head, he had it, and he had a green source already.
I see.
Yeah, that's why he did the
Uh,
oops there. I mean, the Daniel probably doesn't have any context, so it's just it would seem random sitting across from that oops, but we know that he just had a green blue tap line that he could have played, and then played the chocobo this turn.
yeah.
Fresh start. Which
So
one's this? They lose his abilities.
yeah, -5, -7 loses all abilities. Um, the last card in Daniel's hand was a Syncopate he drew last turn.
I mean, I guess you could
Uh,
use it this turn, but
yeah, I mean, if your opponent's bouncing their own creature, I think it's just like you let it happen.
you just counter the creature on the way back down.
Well, he's choosing to Syncopate the X magic. Just make sure that
Makes
the
sense.
Vanat is completely locked down. Um, Notably
Makes sense.
with Fresh Start, there's no blue enchantment in Final Fantasy itself that makes cards lose their abilities.
Yeah,
Um,
I keep thinking or hoping Stuck in Summoner Sanctum will do it, but it sure doesn't, which makes the
yeah,
card a lot worse.
but there's a couple of other sets, like we have Fresh Start here. Flood the Engine from Aether Drift does the same.
Yeah, unable to scream as well. Well, that didn't tap it, but
Yeah, but those probably will play uniquely well in this format
yeah,
because of how powerful a lot of the abilities are.
yeah. If you do
And
manage to get that, yeah.
unfortunately, the two draws here are two Crossroads villages.
So what happens if you
Uh,
hit a Saga with it? A Saga creature.
it, it
I
used to
wonder.
die. It doesn't anymore.
Okay. I mean, we don't have time to go over the rules here because we had a couple of unfortunate quick games for Daniel. So congratulations to Zach on the win, and we'll see everybody next week. Thanks for watching.